Hey there, folks. Foggy here. Welcome to day 329 of my Euro solo board gaming, considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid. We're doing yet another print and play off of PNP Arcade. This one is Roll to Escape. This is the second edition by Jono Naito, Jacob Meyer, Ben Sabine, and Bobby West. And it's got a nice look to it, and it seems like an interesting concept. You are attempting to escape from Alcatraz, and to do so, you will be basically rolling dice and using those dice in 3 of the 9 locations here. Along the way, you'll be trying to gain certain things. So, for example, if you collect C, if you get the letter C, that's collect intel. F is forge papers. B is bribe contacts. D is distract guards. E is escape the building. G is get across the river. And you have to get each of these letters once. And there are different ways to get each letter. So, for example, in the library, you can get B or D. In the laundry, you can get B or F. Storehouse is D or G, and so on. And along the way, you can also gain privileges. So these shared privileges allow you to add additional numbers. You can also use private privileges to basically ignore guards, which I'll explain in a bit, or play a dice twice. And you get these privileges by doing additional things as well. So, for example, if you complete the top row here in library, you can get a shared privilege, and if you complete the bottom row, you can get a private privilege. When you're playing solitaire, you have 13 turns to complete the game, which means you have a time limit. And using a shared or private privilege means that you decrease the amount of turns that you have by 1. So if I use 1 shared privilege, I have to complete it in 12 turns as opposed to 13. The way that the game works is that you will randomly select 3 locations, roll the dice, and use those dice in those locations. You can use all 3 dice in 1 location. You can use 1 dice in each location. You can do whatever you want there. And once you do those 3 locations, then you have to randomly select from the other 3, and so on. Now, the way that I've decided to do it, I think they've intended for you to cut these out and then use them, because they are nicely lined up with the alternatives for each of these locations. There is an advanced mode that has, or advanced rooms that, so for example, the library has an advanced version with the what am I trying to say here? The lighthouse, and you could play either the library or the lighthouse, but you wouldn't play both. And so we're not going to do the advanced rooms for yet, because it's my first game. I've never tried it before. We'll just do these. And to randomize, I've got a deck of cards here with my special little panda logo on them. These are custom cards I made. And we'll go ahead and give this a try. So it's going to be ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nothing too complicated there. And let's get going. 1, 2, 3. So our first set of locations are going to be 2, 6, and 9. So we've got laundry, shower, and visitor center. We're going to roll the dice and see what we do. Okay, so we got 3, 5, and 6. The way that this is set up is that each room has its own mechanism for how you can put in numbers. So, for example, in the visitor center, in each row, you have to go from left to right in terms of size. So the smaller number has to be on the left, the largest number has to be on the right. You can fill them in any order that you want. Shower, you exchange a number for one of these pipes, and then you draw the pipe in. Now, what I don't know for sure is whether or not you can actually overlay pipes. So if I do a 4 here, for example, and connect those 2 together, can I then also do a 3? So I do that. That just seems like it's going to be difficult to really get anything done in the shower, which I think is just thematically correct. In the laundry, opposite wedges have to have the same number. And it's worth noting that because of the way that this game is structured, we're going to have 4. We're going to put 4 dice in each room. Because we don't redraw these, we don't shuffle these cards back in. It'll be these 3 rooms, then the next 3, and then the next 3, and then we shuffle again. So we only get 4 opportunities in each room. And so what I'm thinking here is that I'm going to put 6 in the visitor center. And I think I'm also going to put the 5 in the visitor center. Maybe I can get both B and E in here. Anyway, I say 4 opportunities because you can do any number of dice. You aren't necessarily beholden to put just 1 dice in each one. So I'm probably not going to touch the shower at all. I'm going to go laundry here with a 3, 5 and 6 in the visitor center, and I think we've got a good start going on. So let's do the next 3. All right, and we've got library, mess hall, and yard. Now yard, you cross off a number, and then if you have 2 crossed off numbers, you can connect them with a line. Library is kind of interesting. You cross off a letter from up here in the number that goes along with it. So for example, if I rolled a 1, I could use E, I think that's a U, C, or J, and you can put that anywhere in down here, and you have to try to spell a word. So let's go ahead and roll. And then finally in mess hall, these have to be odd or even entirely in one column. And I believe with the mess hall, yeah, all numbers have to be odd or even. It does not have to be odd or even. Odd here, even here, odd here. Because they can both be even, they can both be odd. You can do whatever you want. So if I'm thinking about this, if I think I can get F out of here and B and E out of here, I think C is my priority here. And if I were to go here, D would be my priority here. And then yard, maybe I'll try for G. It's hard because G, because of the way that the lines work, you do have to get 3 lines in for G, like 1, 2, and 3. But for C, you just need 2. So C is a lot easier here than G is here. Let's see what we get first. Okay, we got 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. I'm inclined to just go ahead and try to see if I can complete the yard right away. So if I cross off 2 and 4, or 2 and 3, I'll only cross that one. If I cross this, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't think that was a good idea. 2, 3, and 4 up here. I could get, let's see, L, A. I could get the start of a word to get B, but I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything up in mess hall. I'm going to do 2, 4, and 3. Because that feels to me like I should be able to get C on the next turn. So our last 3 rooms are going to be 4, 7, and 8. We don't even have to worry about like what the shuffle is here. That's going to be storehouse, infirmary, and workshop. With storehouse, you cannot have the same row or number in each row or column, so it's like a Sudoku in that respect. Infirmary, you're crossing off 3 numbers and then getting whatever's inside. So if you do 2, 3, and 5, you'll get the E. If you do the 2, 4, 5 down here, you'll get the E. Same with this 4th. I think, yeah, this is kind of a mess. You do 4, 4, 5, I think 5, 5, 6. Those are probably going to be much more difficult. We'll probably stay away from the infirmary because we're not going to get enough dice, I think, to make the infirmary work. Finally, with this one, you have to complete this sum going across. So for the 7, you have to get 3 and 4, 2 and 5, or 1 and 6. For this, you have to add up to either 6 or 8. And then finally, for this, you have to get 5 or 9. This gives us our opportunity to get F and G. But I think we're going to be able to get F out of here. But I would like a backup. I think a backup for getting F would be good. And we've certainly got that as a possibility. Let's go ahead and just commit to that. We'll go for here, 1 and 2. That's 3. So that's 2 of our 5 that we need for this one. And then we have a 4 left over. Part of me wants to throw the 4 in here. Trying to think of what else. So my G's are going to come from the yard, storehouse, or workshop. I think I'm going to try to get F and G out of the workshop completely. Is that really a smart idea? Now with these, you have to put 6 numbers in total. And again, we're only hitting these numbers, each of these rooms 4 times. You know what? We're going to go for the storehouse. We're going to go for storehouse. I think I should be able to do this. Because of the way that this is structured, I think this will be easy to get the G out of there. All right, so that is the first 3 rounds. We are not at any point going to try for the shared or private privileges. I do not want to lower my turn count at all. All right, let's shuffle this up. We've got the yard, we've got the workshop, and we've got the library. So my guess is that we'll pretty much just stick with the library on this, or the workshop on this one. 5, 6, and 3. Okay. Actually, if I were to do 3 and 5, I could get all of this, which would be nice. Give ourselves a chance to get G an additional way. And that would leave the 5 down here, which I could throw under here. Just I feel like that's not a smart way to do this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 6 and 5 here, and we're going to go ahead and get this middle one. So that'll complete a G and an F. We're going to use the 5. We're also going to use this on here, and we're going to complete this. We're going to get half of this. And the reason I'm putting it here is because the 5, to get 6 or 8, you need a 1 or a 3. Whereas if I put it down here, that automatically commits my other F to be either, we just have to get 5 at that point. So let's select our next 3 rooms. Nine, we got the visitor center, we've got laundry, and we've got storehouse. Okay, so 3, 5, and 6. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go 3 here and 5 and 6 here. I think that that's going to be my best bet. So we're halfway to getting F under laundry. Now, mind you, if I get F under laundry, I don't then need it under workshop. So, all right. So the next one is mess hall, shower, and infirmary. None of which I really want. So this is probably all going to go towards mess hall. 1, 2, and 4. Okay. Let's just go ahead and fill in where we can. We'll do 1 here. We're going to do 2 and 4 here. And we've now collected our intel. We no longer need to get C anywhere. And that's helpful because C was originally going to come from yard or shower, neither of which I really wanted to deal with. But that is the end of turn 6. We're almost halfway through. We've collected 1 of the 6 things that we need to get. Woohoo. All right. Next up, we've got mess hall. We've got infirmary, and we've got visitor center. All right, we got 2, 5, and 5. Oh, I would love it if this were laundry. That would be helpful. I could go for mess hall and just try to complete. I could try to complete the E here. I'm not going to do infirmary. That would just be stupid. I feel like what I want to do is I want to go visitor center 2, because they do not have to be consecutive. They do not have to be in order. They just have to go from left to right. And I'm going to do the 2 5s here. All right. We'll have one more chance to get the mess hall. And hopefully that will allow us to complete E. And hopefully I can get B from visitor center. We got yard, workshop, and shower. So this is going to be entirely workshop. We're going to try to do what we can in workshop. 3, 4, and 5. So I mentioned before, oh, if I put the 5 down here, I'd get it. Ah, that hurts. That hurts quite a bit. I could do 3, 4 here. My problem is I don't have anything that I could really do then with the 5. I could also put the 3 here. To get the G. To get this 8. So I could do 3, 4, then hope for another 3, but I'd be delaying the 3. I'm going to do 4, 3 here. And I think I'm just going to do a 5 here and then hope for the best. All right, last 3 should be laundry, storehouse, and library. If we get doubles, they are definitely going to go here. So we've got doubles. That means that we've completed F. We no longer need to worry about that under workshop. For 2, we're going to go ahead and, oh no, we have a 4, sorry. We're going to put the 4 here. But we still need to get 4 more numbers in here, which we're probably not going to get because we're only going to get 1 more. This is what? This is, that's 9 turns. I'm now worried about how I'm going to get G. I think I'm going to end up getting G from the workshop. I think I'm going to get G from the workshop, B from the visitor center, E from the mess hall. Where am I getting D from? Did I completely miss that I need a D and I don't have D anywhere? I have not been thinking about D at all. I'm screwed. I have to somehow figure out how to either get a word out of here, a 5-letter word, which means I need 5 dice, or I need to get these 4 shower items. Wow, I really messed up here. Okay, well, let's see how this is going to go. Infirmary, library, shower. Okay, so 1, 1, and 2. So what I'm thinking is that because I need 4 in the shower, and I do have a shared privilege with the workshop here, what I could do is use that share privilege and do all 4 of these in the shower, get those knocked out, which means that I would need to do this in 12 turns. And that means any room that I'm not using right now, that's it. That's the end of that room. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and use, that was a 1, 1, 2. So the 1 is going to look like this and this. Sorry, they should be straight down, shouldn't they? We'll make that a 6. How about that? That shared privilege. And you can only get, by the way, a shared privilege, 1 shared privilege per room. So since we've used that, we can also get the private privilege from there. And then the 2 is going to look like this. All right, so that does at least get me D. But man, that was really stupid of me to just completely ignore that. So now I've got 2 more turns left to do this. We're going to have 3, 9, and 4. Okay, so 3, 9, and 4. 9 is the visitor center. 4 is the mess hall. 3 is the mess hall. 4 is the storehouse. So I need to get this and this. I need to get B. So I'm going to use the 1. Yeah, I can definitely do this. 1 is going to give me B. And then 3 and 6. 6 goes here, 3 goes here. And that completes E. Last turn, we have to try to get G out of workshop. Now, technically, I've also got, because I've completed both of these, what I could do is I could say, well, you know what? I'm going to use my shared privilege now, and I'll just go ahead and play a dice twice, because what that would allow me to do is go into workshop. Now, that would end the game. It would be guaranteed. So I think I'm going to do it. We're going to use the shared privilege up here, which means we cannot use the private privilege. Technically, we could have done this private as well. Let's do private just so you can see it. So private, you get either ignore a guard or play a dice twice. Now, ignore a guard, when you draw cards, you have 3 rooms that are active. Any of the other rooms are considered guarded. So if you ignore a guard, you can go into one of those rooms that you do not have access to. So we are going to go ahead and do the other privilege, which is play dice twice. Since we have a 3, we will play that twice, play it here, except I can't play in that room. Never mind. We're going to do that. Okay. Yeah, we'd have to do a shared privilege. We'd do the 3. That puts the 3 here. We're fine. There we go. Because it does say in any room. I think that means that we can just do it anywhere. We don't have to worry about guarded. I could be wrong. But that gives us the G, and we managed to get out in 11 turns with the use of 2 shared privileges. And so we're going to go ahead and fill this in. My name is Foggy, and my crime is the year of solo board gaming. Considered by many to be ill-advised, and I ran out of space because it's stupid. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again tomorrow.